Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and we're going to be covering the Pro Division Escape to the Sun tournament. This is going to kick off the back nine, holes number 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I picked up the birdie on hole number one. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a good consistent power slice there to give us the leg up. Hole number two, hit a hole-in-one in practice mode, and then of course on both of my accounts I decided to hit a great ball when it counts, so I pick up the birdie there. But I do have the hole-in-one in practice. Hole number three, I have the albatross. And then hole number four, I do have the hole-in-one. So this is going to be 3 drops through the first 4 holes on the back nine. I hope that the pro videos are helping you out. I was only able to do the final round this week, but you know what? It's better than not playing at all, which is what I thought was going to happen. So let's go ahead and get ourselves to hole number 10. Now, you can use whatever club you want to on the driver. I'm going to recommend, a high-level Thor's Hammer, a high-level Extra Mile. Most people use a big topper for the top spin. Here you see with my Extra Mile 9, I'm going full top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. I'm putting my yellow ring on the rough line, just making sure that my second bounce is way up there on the top part of the fairway. I do pull this one 10% at mid distance of my club, and then I use a little bit of curl. You see I curl to the right side of my ball is fully covering the blue adjustment right window zone. So here we're just trying to drive it up. Pretty simple, don't have to do anything too fancy. We're just trying to make sure we get ourselves in thorn range. Now, the thorn shot is playing around 25%. Everybody's going to be using different drivers. You're going to have different results on your drive. So, a baseline is 25%. For me, I'm playing this one 25% at max. But as normal, it's going to be very important that you just double check the own distance of your club so you know if you should be playing it minimum, mid, max, or somewhere in between. I do believe the side spin to the right is going to be important on this hole as well. Now you're going to see here that we reach back, take a normal shot, hit perfect. Unfortunately, this is the best replay that I have on this hole because for some reason I'm all of a sudden having a case of the grates. So that is a perfect ball. You do see that at least the speed comes in perfect. Just a little bit of a tweaking, maybe with an offset or some more side spin to get that ball to drop in there. All right. Now this is going to be hole number 11 way over here, which is the first par 3 on the back nine. We're going to play this one 25% at max. Took a few practice shots to figure out where to land this one at, but the good news is the top spin and the side spin are going to be easy. 2 top, 1 bar, a side spin to the left. The thing that we have to do is just break down the landing spots, okay? Here we do have the geez, David, come on, get it together. The blue ring touching the rough line. So you see the top of the blue ring, okay? If you take a look at the second bounce, look where the shadow is of the tree branches or leaves. It is right there before that, okay? And then the third bounce is right before the fringe. Now, I did find whenever I was able to duplicate this landing spot, the ball went into the hole 2 out of 3 times with perfect shots in practice mode. And then, of course, like I said, getting a case of the grates in real mode. So unfortunately, I'd have the hole-in-one here. I picked it up in 7.5 mile per hour wind. I also picked it up in 6.3 mile per hour wind. So that does lead me to believe that the shot should be very consistent for everybody. Hopefully you're able to pick up a hole-in-one here because I don't think a lot of opponents are going to be able to pick up the hole-in-one on this hole. Here we hit a perfect ball. And I'm showing this replay only because it's the highest wind that you can get with a Navigator ball in Pro at 7.5. You see it does come in essentially dead center for the hole-in-one. All right. Now we're going to take ourselves over here to the par 5, which is hole 12. Going to use the Kingmaker. The reason that we use a Kingmaker over a Titan here is going to be very important, okay? I was using a Titan for practice mode, and shot number 2 just wasn't good because of the side spin. So here, we're using a Kingmaker in tailwind, which is rare, but it's okay because the distance on the drive is not uber important. If you only have 4.5 bars of topspin, I would like you to use a little bit of overpower so you can get a little bit further down the fairway. But for everybody else, 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right. Yellow ring on the rough, just like this. So here with the Kingmaker, the side spin, the extra bar of side spin, it helps us on the drive, and it significantly helps us on shot number 2. This is another situation that on both of my accounts on shot number 2, I hit great shots. It was getting pretty infuriating, but thank goodness I at least picked up a hole-in-one on my account that matters on the next hole. All right, so we're going to play this one minus 5% at max. Now, here is the thing that was killing me with the Titan. I am playing the rough bump, okay? So when I was using the Titan, I had to take this really narrow part of the rough right above the sand trap to try to get the ball into the hole. I did make one shot, but it was pretty nasty. I mean, I barely clipped the rough. It was almost a flyer, okay, where you miss the rough and you hit the fairway instead. So I did switch over to the Kingmaker, and the nice thing about the Kingmaker is we get that extra bar of side spin. So 1 back, 3 bars of side spin to the left. That is going to allow us to play over here on the fat part of the rough. See, we have a lot more rough to work with, so this is going to be a lot better off for our play. Now, you'll notice here, we have the ball guideline aiming to the right of the pin. That is not intentional. I meant to line this up dead center, so here's a better look where it rests at. Right there. So right there is the final part. I mean, it's almost center, but if anything, it's a little bit right-hand side of the pin. I don't know if that's going to matter. We are only getting 4.6 miles per hour here. I would probably aim this one dead center. I think that would be the way to go. But again, you know, when putting this replay together and putting my elevations in, I did notice there was a slight offset there. But you're going to see here that the ball does come in, and it does come into the right-hand side, which is why I say we may not want to aim to the right of the flagstick like I did. We might want to go dead center because it came in right-hand side with very, very low wind at 4.6. I do feel that if we did have the winds higher, that I would miss that shot to the right. That's just my thought process. Could be right, could be wrong, but at least we do have something there to see for the hole-in-one. Okay, or for the Albatross. Now we do have a hole-in-one here. Max back, 1 bar, a side spin to the right. So max back, 1 bar, side spin to the right. Check out the landing spot here. You're going to see that the white ring is basically touching the bottom part of the fringe line there. And then ball guideline to the hole. And I am purposely offsetting this shot here to the right-hand side. 30% at max distance, okay? 30% at max. Made this shot every single time once I figured out the line with a perfect ball. So that worked out well. All right, that is it. That's holes 10, 11, 12, and 13. I'll continue to truck along. I hope the videos are helpful. If so, smash that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, and hit the thumbs up button to give the video a like. Thanks, everybody.